Hey everyone, Jeremy here. It is Tuesday night and we're going to create some art. It's going to be awesome. Sorry I'm like a minute late. I was daydreaming and forgot to hit the start button, which is something I'm prone to do. So I do apologize for being a minute late. I reserve the right to be later in the future. Yeah, welcome to Tuesday night. We're going to create a cute little doggy picture on black paper with white pencil. It's been a while since I've done one of those. I really like the style of doing white on black paper. Um, there's a couple of things that I come back to, back to the well. The coffee paintings are one. These white pencil drawings on black paper, they're always fun. So I'm going to keep coming back to that. But this one's going to be a cute puppy. So hopefully it's not too too boring for you guys. Look at this dog over here. This dog's like poop tired. Anyway, just want to say hi to a couple of people in the room. We got Bill Gorman in here. We've got Kid. We got OK Larry. Definitely enough for a party. So let's just jump right in. So as you can see, I kind of like decided where beforehand I wanted the dog to be. I kind of sketched. Oh, Kevin's in the house too. Hey, welcome aboard, Kevin. So I want this to be like a full body puppy, like instead of just doing the face, which is like what I usually do. Just because like I really need to work on that. I need to work on like, figure drawings in general. I hope to, start drawing people doing things like walking around, talking, whatever. But also for the dogs, I need to make sure that I can draw puppy paws and things like that. I probably have done a couple of dog pictures where it's the full body, but usually they're laying down. This one's actually looking up and like quite happy. I got this picture off of Unsplash. If you guys want to go find it, just, do a search for puppy on Unsplash. But anyway, so I'm just going to jump right in. Feel free to chat with me, hang out with me, whatever you guys want to do. I see Tyler's in the house. Tyler just got back from a trip to Lamar Valley, so maybe he'll tell us about that. Rum Dog is in the house as well. So cool. Definitely enough for a party. So I think I'm going to start with the teeth on this dog, just so that I don't forget to draw them later. They're very prominent features. Usually when starting out, I want to keep things like really light, but I do know where the teeth are going to be on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and do these in pretty solid, just so that I don't forget to do them. Because like I always seem to forget to put in things like teeth and whiskers and stuff like that. So I'm just going to start in the face and kind of move out from it. That's my strategy. But I think this is going to be a cute picture. I like doing puppies. Puppies are awesome. Yay, you spelled Kevin right. Nice. Bill Gorman says 6-month-old puppy, almost as big as a 7-year-old Jack, just skinnier. Nice. Tyler says it was fun. What is there to tell since the beans have already been spoiled via SK's interview? Yeah, I don't know. I thought it was kind of cool that you guys got to see a buffalo. That's kind of neat. But I've never been to Yellowstone, so I don't know how common things like buffaloes are to see. But it's kind of cool that, you guys had your traffic blocked by a buffalo. That's kind of neat. That'd be awesome if like just driving around here, people had to like stop what they're doing because a buffalo was crossing the street. Or any animal really. Like back in the day they used to have I don't know, like cattle crossings and stuff like that where traffic would have to stop for the creature to pass. I feel like I miss those kind of days. I mean, not that I probably wasn't alive for them. I'm too young, but you see in movies sometimes like they're crossing like sheep or something like that across a road, usually in like Europe or something like that. But anyway, yeah. So like Buffalo, having to wait for it to cross. That's cool. I got to see some buffaloes on my trip out west, but they were all like behind fences and stuff. They weren't just roaming around doing their thing. But it does seem like you guys had a good time, so that's cool. Got 3 buffalo ranches near here. Nice. Now, is it just my imagination, or is all of this buffalo stuff like a resurgence? Because I don't remember ever seeing a buffalo when I was a kid. Not at any farm, not in any field, not at any zoo or anything like that. And now I feel like they're everywhere. Is that just my imagination or is that actually how it's working out? Because if that's how it's working out, that's kind of cool. Because like honestly, like when the movie Dances with Wolves came out back in the '90s, I'm like, okay, I don't think I've ever seen a buffalo. I actually thought they were extinct, but it's a dumb kid, so I wouldn't know anyway. But that's kind of cool. I like wildlife uh, resurgences like that, I guess. Like you always hear about animals being on the endangered list, and then suddenly there's like a lot of them around and stuff. I think that's basically us doing the right thing, getting them back into population. Like we're smart people. We can figure some of these things out. The hike was definitely tiresome, but SK does plan to come back here to the ranch later down the road to stay here on the ranch in one of those cabins. That's cool. How long are you out there, Tyler? You didn't move out there, did you? You're just out there for the season, right? Tyler's being a cowboy, by the way, in case you didn't know. He went out to Wyoming to work on a ranch. And I don't think that's permanent. I don't think that's like your full-time job, right? Larry, he's talking about SK Dreamers. He's a guy on Reddit who was in the Forceman thing. He believes that the treasure was out in Lamar Valley. So that's what they were doing. They're out checking out that spot. This little dog is adorable. So you guys don't, I feel like it's a little bit unfair. You guys don't get to see the finished puppy until it's done. I get to see it throughout the entire process. So like while you guys are like at the end, you might be like, oh, this beautiful puppy. I got to see that puppy for the full like time. Oh, yeah, Tyler, you're out there permanently. I thought you're, oh, okay, you're going back to visit North Carolina. I thought you were moving back to North Carolina later. That's cool. So you're a full-time cowboy now then. Nice. Ain't got no time for us city slickers. You do have news to break that you haven't broken yet. Did you guys see the the thing I posted on the community tab earlier? It's kind of funny. I got a request. There's weird people who watch this show. Like I know that you guys are weird. Okay, I know that I'm weird and stuff, but I get some weird requests now and then. I got a request to draw the Colorado Rams logo and put it in a jar. Now I understand drawing the Colorado Rams logo. That makes sense. People are fans and stuff like that. Um, so I can see a fan. And a lot of the people who watch this show are from like, out west and stuff like that, just because of the friends I've made in the Force and Treasure Hunt and stuff. And a lot of you guys pop in and stuff. But yeah, so like I know people from Colorado. There's a lot of people I know from Colorado. P. Denver, she's from Colorado, I believe. A couple of other people and stuff. But like, and I understand fandom where people want their favorite teams' logos drawn. That all makes sense. I don't know why it was requested to put it in a jar. So strange. But anyway, it was a simple request, so I just knocked it out real quick. It was fun. If anybody has like little simple requests like that, like little challenges, like, hey Jeremy, can you draw an alien? Or hey Jeremy, can you draw I don't know. I see the kids drawing SpongeBob a lot. Hey, Jeremy, can you draw SpongeBob? If you guys got little requests like that, little things that I can knock out quickly. I mean, bigger requests too. Obviously, if you want your pets drawn and stuff like that, let me know. Um, I'll get around to it eventually. Larry, I'm still sending your picture out, I swear. It is coming soon. But yeah, like I'll do the big requests and stuff like that. But obviously, like if you've got like a little tiny request or something, because that was fun. Like somebody gave me that request, and I'm like, I'm just gonna knock this out real quick. So, um, even the weird requests, like yeah, as long as it's like say, keep it family friendly. This is a family friendly show, so don't tell me to like I don't know draw a picture of I don't know just some weird stuff. I'm not even gonna come up with any like suggestions for you not to send me. Um, I'll know a bad request when I see it. But yeah, if you've got some small requests or something like that, I'm happy to do it. I can do it on the show or off the show. It doesn't matter. It's all fun. It reminds me of the old days back in like high school or something like that. I'd be drawing a picture in my notebook of like, I don't know, ninjas or something, and a friend would come up and say, "Hey man, can you draw Batman?" I'd be like, "Yeah, I can draw Batman. I'm gonna draw the best Batman ever." Road Dog says, "Draw a party Bigfoot." Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, all right. So that's a great one. I can do that. Like I got remind me later. Like I do the Thursday one. No, probably not Thursday. I will do that. Maybe this week, maybe next week. But yeah, a party Bigfoot. That'd be awesome. Like with all the bright neon colors. He's talking about this colorful bear that I did. I don't know if I have that around here. Uh, where I used all these like rainbow kind of colors and stuff like that. That looked pretty cool. Bigfoot like that would look awesome. Kid says, when we camped in the backcountry in Yellowstone National Park, two buffalo were walking around our tent and they slept by our campfire all night. That is awesome. That is cool. See, I love stories like that. That's what we miss out on over here, out here in the eastern area of the United States. Everything's so, I don't know, like everything's so boxed in. Like we've got animals around here and stuff, obviously, but they're all like in fences and stuff. They're not just roaming around. Which makes sense. It's a lot more denser out here. So like if you've got buffalo wandering around, you're gonna have car accidents. But still, that would be cool. I told the story about how I'm afraid of raccoons because like I slept and a raccoon kind of came up and sniffed my ear. Imagine if that was like a buffalo, like it just a buffalo comes up and just snorts in your ear like I'd be like, whoa, I'm out. Packing up, I'm going home. Hey, Creative Boredom, how's it going? Okay, Larry says F's first memory was of a bison when he was a month old. No kidding. I might have heard that story, but I don't recall it. Actually, I do remember something about like yeah, first memories and stuff. I'm trying to remember what my first memory was. I don't know. I've got an early memory of I think, but I'm not 100% sure. I think I have a memory of my younger brother, who is 2 years younger than me, being at the hospital when he was born. I think I remember that. Um, but that'd be like, I guess I would be a 2 year old for that one. And I'm not sure if it's a real memory or not. It could be like a fake memory. Tyler says, "Guess what I'll be doing when I go back to North Carolina, Jeremy? Hmm, hiding a geocache. I feel like that's something you would do. I don't know. You got all these new skills, man. You got like cowboy skills and stuff. I feel like you're gonna come back and do some rodeos and everything. That'd be awesome. Show those East Coast people what's up. So this is fun. I didn't intentionally do this, but I'm kind of drawing the soft fur around the eyes. Now remember, this is a puppy, so like the fur is going to be a little bit different than like a full grown dog. I need to keep it like super soft. Needs to be super cute. All these extra challenges that I wouldn't have if I was just drawing a straight up adult dog. Um, but I think that's coming through. And what's kind of cool is I'm drawing the space around the eye before ever even get into the eye. So I think that's kind of cool. That wasn't intentional, but I like it. It's a good idea. Oh, Larry's going to go fire up the grill. Awesome. What are we having, Larry? When you get back, let me know. Tom says, "Hey, everybody." Hello, Tom. Hope you're doing well this oh wow, it's June already. This June evening, afternoon, depending on where you're at. Man, June already. There was somebody who wanted me to do some Halloween pictures. They really liked those Halloween pictures I did last year, and they were hoping that I could do some more for. Um, they have some grown kids, I think, that really enjoy Halloween, and they were thinking it'd be kind of cool if I did some pictures for that. So even though it's not Halloween, I said I would yet. I said I would do those. So at some point, I'm probably going to knock those out, even though it's not Halloween. So I think that's fine. Like I think it's fine to do like something that's out of season. If it's like because they want to give it to them as like a gift or something. Hopefully they're not watching this show. I just realized I probably shouldn't be saying anything about it. Um, Kid and Jeremy are very close, but no. Oh, rodeo clown. That'd be awesome. Oh, I hope you're big. Yeah, be a rodeo clown, Tyler. That'd be cool. Yeah, Mama Q saluting. Yeah, I don't know why. I just like I wanted to see if I could make Geppetto salute, and then I just like, oh, that looks cool. So I just left it like that. Um, Sometimes I do things like that. Me and Geppetto have a good time. We talk about you guys when you're not here. It's all good though. Like we talk about good things. Um, yeah, Geppetto knows every single one of you guys and stuff. Every one of you guys by name. Knows all your hobbies. Knows what kind of drawings you guys like because you guys have a type. Like whenever I draw a particular type of picture and stuff, some people like it, other people don't. Each of you guys have a type of drawing you like better. I try to cater to everybody, but you know, fortunately, there's some overlap. None of you guys ever hate dogs, right? Like if I draw a dog, you guys are happy. I think this guy's looking adorable. Larry got it. Yes, I'll be teaching my parents and family how to rope. Nice. Uh, Horseback riding stuff. So, like, would you be on horseback? That'd be cool. That's neat. So, would they just be like learning for fun, like just out of curiosity or something, or is that something like your family doesn't own like a ranch or anything, do they? Or your parents? They don't own like a ranch or anything, do they? Do they have horses? I have a lot of questions now. Okay, let's see. I think I'll move it into the jaw down here. I can't believe it's June already. That's crazy. Like in my mind, by the time July 4th rolls around, summer's basically over. Like I know you're in the thick of it, but it's like winding down, and that's just like right around the corner. Oh wait, today is uh June 4th. So that's makes it Wednesday. Hey, I think the new Star Wars thing is dropped. Acolyte, has anybody seen that? Is it worth watching? I know it's kind of hit or miss these days on Star Wars, but if anybody's seen that and, can recommend it or not recommend it, let me know. Don't let doggo bite your finger. Yeah, like my finger's like right there. Does look like he's gonna chop him. Maybe I should give him like a stick. I don't have a stick around here. Yeah. Oh well. All right. So this ear is kind of a little bit weird. So the ear kind of fluffs forward. So I'm gonna do like little tiny marks. So I do try to keep this soft when I'm working it, and then like as I'm pretty happy with the lines I made, then I kind of darken them in. Um, you guys pretty much know the drill now by now, but like in a way, even when you're working monotone, like with one pencil, um, you're working those values. So like in the case of like these white pictures and stuff, you're working the highlight values because the shadows are already there, and then you're also trying to get those midtones in there as well. So the midtones is where you're barely applying any pressure to your pencil, and then you slowly start to like darken, or in this case lighten, um, as uh, as you're pretty happy with these things. And some of these things really catch the light, so you really got to put down that pressure just to kind of get a white mark. And then some areas, I actually did pretty well here with this eye and these teeth and stuff, getting a really um, white mark. But it's still, I mean, this is kind of like a transparent pencil. So uh, even though I can get a pretty solid white mark, sometimes I can't, and sometimes I want even whiter. So like it's hard to see, but this is still a little bit like of a grayish white. Um, And if I really, really wanted that white, I have a gel pen for that, which I think works really well with these type of pictures, but I usually save that until the end just to see what really needs highlighting. Because at this point, everything's kind of like, you know, none of this gets super highlighted. Ah, Tyler's gonna be a teacher with ropes. I like it. Nice. Okay, Larry says, I'm just glad Geppetto tossed that blue crayon. Yeah, yeah. He might be back with some crayons soon, though. You never know. Never know. Geppetto's always up to something. Can't like turn your back on him. He might wander off the table and go do something. I don't know. Like an elf on the shelf. The other thing, I spent like 5 minutes trying to figure out what kind of dog this it was. I don't know. Again, this is on Unsplash. Um, on Unsplash, they usually like tag the photos and let you know like this is the dog and it's an animal, it's part of nature and stuff. But they don't seem to. Sometimes they do the breed, but not often. I think it's whoever uploads the picture that sets those meta tags. And most of the pictures they don't have the breed, which kind of sucks. I wish it would. So I don't know what kind of dog this is. Hopefully you guys can figure it out or let me know or something like that. Mommy Q says, this seems like the most difficult art out of everything you do. It's difficult. That's tough. I wouldn't characterize it as difficult. It's just maybe it takes a little more patience because like you guys have seen some of the pictures I do where I'm just like blocking in huge areas and stuff really quickly and stuff. And I guess you could probably do that with these. But I like this with these pictures. I like to kind of just glaze in the fur. So like I'll just softly kind of like glaze like mass in these areas, and then I'll come back and be like, oh, okay, this outside edge is a little bit more highlighted. So it's a little more tedious maybe. Um, I guess it's a little more difficult because there's an expectation of realism here that you probably wouldn't get if I'm just like doing a charcoal picture where I'm just throwing lines all over the place or um, the the so the paintings I think are the most yeah. So I think I am gonna commit to that. So I think the paintings I do are the most difficult. Um, or the most challenging for me. So it's probably something that somebody with a little more experience, somebody with a little more confidence would like consider easy. Because I don't think it requires a lot of skill, but it does require a lot of confidence in what you're doing. Like the watercolor paintings and stuff like that. Even the coffee paintings. So like I feel like I've done enough of the coffee paintings where I feel a lot more confident in them, but it's still a little bit challenging because you have to kind of direct where the copy goes on the page, which is partly under your control, but also like it's partly up to gravity or, like when you're splotching like just a bunch of splatters on the page and stuff, that's kind of random. I mean, you have a little bit of intent and where the splotches go, but then like they could just go all over the place. Oh, Roman, yeah, drive safe, man. Don't be watching this while you're driving, please. Um, but yeah, so like those paintings and stuff for me, they're a little bit more challenging. Now, this you might think is a little more challenging just because there's more realism that goes into it and stuff, but it's a lot more controlled. That's like the whole idea is like you have very controlled marks you're making on the paper. So for me, it's a little bit more difficult to like let go, to be honest, and just like trust that something good is going to come out of you just watching coffee on a piece of paper, because like you really don't have a ton of control over that. You have some control, but um, any appearance of control is just it's mostly an illusion. Like if I went splotch, I would know that splotches are going to appear up here or down here or something like that. But that's basically it. But beyond that, you really don't have a lot of control. And that's tough. That's tough for me because I mean I'm not like a control freak. I'm a healthy, healthy obsessed person, same as most people. Um, But I do kind of want to have a little bit of an idea of what's going to come out of the artistic process. So there is that a little bit of wanting a little bit of control. But then also I do trust the process, and part of the process is letting go. You know, I do like that dynamic that it's ordered chaos. You're going back and forth between something where you're wanting to have a little bit of control over how it works, and you are exercising control over how it works and everything like that. That's part of the art process. But then also there's a healthy dose of I don't know. I'm just going to let go and see what happens. I like that kind of push and pull. You don't really have that in like a lot of other things. In art, it's 100% what you've got. Especially when you try to develop a style that's more loose. Like this is a tighter kind of style, and I like going back to this every now and then and stuff. Like this, I know it doesn't seem all that relaxing and stuff, but to me, just drawing lines across the page is super relaxing. That repetitive back and forth across the page here. That's a Zen like mindset that you get into. I think I've told the story before, but there was a show called An Idiot Abroad. It was hosted by Ricky Gervais and his friend Carl Pilkington, I think. And basically, they would have Carl, who is not the brightest guy in the world, um, but he's smart enough to have like a good observation of human beings, and he they would send him to like all these different foreign countries. I think it was on the Science Channel. I don't know. Like, there's probably I don't think it's still on air, but you'd probably find this somewhere. But anyway, they would send him to foreign countries and stuff, and just like travel and get his feedback on like what he saw there and stuff. And it's called An Idiot Abroad, so the gimmick is that he's a moron, but he's not really a moron. He's just he just prefers things simpler and stuff like that. So anyway, one of the episodes they send him to Japan, and one of the places he visits is like this Buddhist temple, and he's observing the monks there and what they're doing and everything. And one of the monks is basically washing the floorboards of the deck or something like that, and he's just down on his knees with the scrub brush, just going back and forth, and it just seems like monotonous and tedious and everything like that. And so the idea is that process of cleaning the floor in this slow, methodical way. Like, obviously, he could go out there with like a power washer and have it done in like 5 minutes or whatever. But he's slowly and methodically washing that deck with a scrub brush, on his hands and knees and stuff, taking his time, going back and forth over the same area multiple times. Um, so like anyway, the whole reason I'm mentioning this is uh, Carl says. It's like that's not Zen. That's OCD, right? Which it kind of is. It's just going back and forth over the same spot a million times, and like there's other versions of that in like Eastern cultures. Like there's the whole was it a mandala, or I don't know how you pronounce it, but the intricate designs and stuff that people make with sprinkling powder, right? So they'll sprinkle brightly colored powder and create these really ornamental pictures out of it and stuff like that. Now, to the casual observer, you would be like, "Wow, that's madness! Who would take all that time to do all of that stuff? Like why? You're gonna lose your mind doing that." But no, the whole point is that it quiets your mind because you're doing something very, um, it doesn't take a lot of thought. You're basically shutting your brain off and going into autopilot. And I like that. I think that's kind of cool. Sorry, I went off on a tangent there, but I really do like that aspect of art. So to me, drawing these like little lines that make up the fur of the dog and stuff, this is basically meditation for me. It kind of centers my thoughts and kind of relaxes me, and like your mind can drift and stuff like that. Obviously, I'm having a conversation while I'm doing this, but even if I wasn't having a conversation, like I might be thinking about, you know, some article I read on the internet, or, some plans or something for the weekend or whatever. Your mind gets to drift a little bit. So to answer the question of whether or not this is difficult, I don't think so. I mean, it may look that way, but it really isn't, to me at least. Now, that's not to say that like anybody who can't produce a picture like this should feel intimidated. No, it's like everybody's at their own level, but for me, this is relaxing. Anyway, got off on a tangent there. Um, Tyler said, "Ooh, I'm onto a lead for Finn's chase for two can keep a secret." Neat. My interest has now been intrigued. Trusted Living's in the house. Welcome. Um, Kid wants to know what Larry is grilling. I want to know too. Let's see. Oh, just burgers and dogs. Okay. I did stuffed mushrooms last night for okay. Yeah, yeah. I feel like this is burger time. I want some burgers, to be honest. All right. So now I'm kind of curious. Oh, Tom says I'm bad at art, so I use a coloring book. That's my level. Hey, there's some awesome things you can do with the coloring book. You should look into that. Like adult coloring books, not adult as in adult material, but adult coloring books where people actually like you know do coloring where it's not like at a like a crayon level or something like that. There's nothing wrong with coloring books, is essentially what I'm saying. In fact, that's something I should do. I should take I should take a coloring book and actually try to make some really cool art out of it. That would be cool. Anyway, I got a question for you guys. We might have asked, I might have asked this before. I don't think so, but maybe I have. I kind of lose track of some of the stuff we talked about. But anyway, it does feel like it's the burger time of year. I really want a burger, and I would love to grill a burger. But like, say that at the end of this show, I know it's Taco Tuesday, but say at the end of the show, I wanted to go out and I wanted to get like an actual really, really good burger. What places? It could be places that are here in Kentucky or not. But what sort of places? Even if it's McDonald's, do you guys recommend? Like, what's the best burgers out there? Because I feel like people are kind of all over the place in their recommendations. I know some of it is like regional. So, like, if you're out west, maybe it's like In-N-Out Burger, which we don't have here in the east. But yeah, even if it's like In-N-Out Burger, you guys let me know. I am kind of curious. Oh, MJ says she's going to Sonic, or he. I don't know which you are, but going to Sonic. That's awesome. Sonic probably has good burgers too. Yeah, it could be fast food, or it could be like at a restaurant. Oh, Kid mentioned Bison Burgers. So like we have what is it, Ted Turner? There's a Ted Turner's Montana Grill or something like that. I don't know, but like they have bison burgers, and those are really good. So like it's just what a Red Robin. There you go. That's a nice sit down restaurant. That's also somewhat fast food, a casual dining experience. Red Robin's really good. They have a great assortment. A Greek diner, cheeseburger. Whataburger. I've heard great things about them. Nice. Yeah. They just opened a Five Guys around the corner. What do you guys think about Five Guys? We also have a Culver's. I've always liked Culver's, but I'm looking for a recommendation. So like, even though my go-to would probably be Culver's, I'm not stuck on it. How's a game restaurant in Kentucky? Um, I don't know what you mean by game restaurant. Do you mean like a place that serves game, or do you mean like a place where you can watch the game? MJ really likes Freddy's. Nice. These are great recommendations. I feel like you guys really know what you're talking about. I should probably just like quiz you guys on all these places or all these things. Like, what's the best burger? What's the best pizza? Like, I feel like a lot of places from back in the day, they're kind of going the way of the dinosaur. Like, I don't see a lot of people going to the casual dining experience that maybe they used to do in the past. Like you hear how like I don't know, like Red Lobster is struggling and things like that. There's an Applebee's in town, but I think people only go there for like Veterans Day when you get free food for veterans if you're a veteran. Um, it's a restaurant in Kentucky called the Game Restaurant. I'm not sure. I don't think I've ever been there, Tyler. If Kevin's still in the room, maybe he has, but oh, they have bison burgers. Yeah, the only bison burger that I recall having, and I think I liked them. So I don't like really greasy food, right? Like I can eat it, and obviously it tastes better. But I don't know. There's only so much grease I can handle. But I find the bison burger has like less grease to it. I actually prefer it. Oh, we got a fluffy back. Kevin's Googling it. Cool. Oh, it's in Louisville? Neat. Mushroom and Swiss burger. That sounds good. Um, Black and blue burger. I like that where it has the Cajun blackened spices and then it has like blue cheese. Not everybody's into blue cheese, but I love blue cheese. Um, so like a blackened burger with blue cheese on the top. I love that. How do you guys feel about like bacon on your burger? You guys bacon people? Feel like feel like that's a solid addition to some burgers. I don't think like obviously like a mushroom Swiss burger, that's probably not a bacon burger, but I do like bacon on my burger. All right, here's one for you guys because I am a deep down inside I am a redneck hick and I do like the simple life. What do you guys think about 1 a.m. You left the bar, you're a little bit tipsy. Somebody else is driving, so you're okay. You're drunk. We'll call you drunk. Somebody else is driving. Um, and you show up at well, you go looking for food, and really, there's only a couple places open. You got two out options, all right? And there might be more options in a bigger town, but I'm talking about where I live, right? So it's 1 o'clock in the morning. You've been out drinking. You get the munchies. You're going looking for something. The only place that's open is Waffle House and White Castles. Which is it going to be? Is it going to be Waffle House or White Castle? I don't think there's a wrong answer here. I think it's a matter of preference. Before you even say a Waffle House, Kevin's already made up his mind. He's like, all right, I know where this is going. I know I've already made my choice. Yeah, Waffle House for Tom as well. I mean I'm not I don't want to like influence your decision, so I'll wait until like a couple of you guys chime in before I give mine. But yeah, I already made up my mind before I even suggested it as well. Although for you guys who are saying Waffle House, I mean, White Castles is pretty good too. Like the thing about White Castles is, like I mean, you can just load up on those. Like you can get a crate of White Castles and like a normal human being. Not maybe not everybody, but I think I can make a dent in a crate. Like I could probably. I'll regret it. I'll feel terrible afterwards, but I think I can knock out 10. I can eat 10 White Castles. And then I don't know if you guys would know what a Coney dog is. So a Coney dog is like a short hot dog with chili on it and cheese, usually Cincinnati chili. I can knock out 10 of those as well. And like 10 tacos from like Taco Bell. There you go. I can knock those out. Basically any set of 10 I can knock those out. All right, so I see a lot of Waffle Houses in here. I see one or two people who are considering White Castles. Yeah, I gotta go with. Sorry, so I feel like enough have chimed in here. Yeah, I gotta go with Waffle House. So like, there was a time when I kind of felt like I was too good for Waffle House for a minute. I don't know what it was, but there was like there was years that went by where I hadn't ever been to a Waffle House or whatever, and and I kind of missed it. So I went there in the middle of the night one night, just because like I don't know. Sometimes you wake up in the middle of the night and you just want to go out and do something, even though really there's no reason for you to be out. Like you probably as an adult, like who's past their college years, there's really no reason to be out at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. But sometimes you just kind of like want to go out and howl at the moon, and you got to have some White Castles. Well, you have to have some White Castles, or you have to have some Waffle House. And though I think that the best choice is the Waffle House when it comes to actual quality of the burger and It's hard to say quality of the burger when you're talking about Waffle House, but it is. It's a good choice. It's a good solid choice. Like I feel like Waffle House, you get the benefit of everything just kind of being made on the same griddle. So like you're gonna get the flavor of onions and hash browns. All of that is gonna be wrapped up in your burger. Unlike Waffle House, which is basically you know what you're gonna get at Waffle House. It's always the same. Ted Lasso said Taco Bell. So Taco Bell, that's it's kind of funny. So like yeah, crystals. Sorry, kid. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm saying White Castles. Yeah, of course you have crystals down there. I remember. Basically the same thing. The only thing different is the decor. Tyler says if you go to Waffle House, you have to get the two chocolate chip pecan waffles. Freaking amazing. Freaking great. Sorry. Um, yeah, I agree. Like it's tough whether or not you want to get actual breakfast or if you want to get a burger. I like going to Waffle House and just getting a burger in the middle of the night. But what was I saying about White Castle? Yeah, White Castles you pretty much know what you're going to get. The flavor of those things, there's a reason why people love it. It doesn't change. It's basically a classic taste of onions and pickles and all that jazz, and it all tastes great together and everything. But at 2 o'clock in the morning thing, you want to go out. Want hash browns and grits? Oh, that does sound good. The other thing that's kind of weird. I don't know how many people opt for this. Waffle House has a really good chicken sandwich, like a grilled chicken sandwich. Like it's almost like it's marinated or something like that. It's surprisingly good. Now sometimes you might get a bad one or something where it tastes like a rubber chicken, but I'm saying in general, I like this like little side of the dog's face. It's kind of cute. I just love how Kevin cut me off. Like, no, no, no. Before you even finish, it's going to be Waffle House. It's amazing. Tyler says, on a side note, what if I said that SK's interest, treasure hunt wise, isn't actually on Forrest Finn's treasure hunt? Oh yeah, he said that himself, Tyler. He says that he's interested in the secret. That's his uh that's his preferred treasure hunt. I think he mentioned that before. I kind of want to go to Waffle House now. Burger King Texas double cheeseburger with jalapenos. Nice. Yeah, so what about Culver's? You guys ever go to Culver's? I feel like you guys might know what Culver's is. I don't know. Maybe it's a regional thing. I don't really know. That reminded me about like crystals. I do remember that. I mentioned that like most of my extended family are from like South Carolina, so I've uh, I've lived in the South for a good portion of my younger years. And then we lived near Atlanta, a little town called Jonesboro, and they had the crystals everywhere. I don't know why the decor is different. I aren't they owned by the same company? It's one of those like I don't know if you guys know Rallies or Checkers. I feel like those are enough places. Those are owned by basically the same people. I don't know why they're different. Like or Kroger's and Ralph's, or maybe Kroger's and Publix. I don't know if Kroger's and Publix are owned by the same people, but it's just surprising to me that like they go by different names in different places. Kevin says, "Doggo is starting to look like a chow. Apropos, I don't know how to pronounce that. To the combo or an Akita. It's a little puppy, so I'm not really sure. If you, it could be a puppy chow. Thanks. I'll be here all night. Puppy chow. um, I think it is it might be a chow. I don't know. I really don't know. Kid says, "LOL, Tom." Tom said, "Party at Waffle House will stick Jeremy with the check." Hey, Waffle House, I might be able to afford it. It's better than sticking me with the check at. I feel like if you stuck me with the check at Taco Bell, I feel like you guys would rack up some like a lot of tacos. That would be kind of cool. Like, I don't know how it would work, so I'll just call it like a fantasy version and stuff. But it would be kind of cool to do like a little meetup and stuff. Be kind of cool. Like, I don't know, maybe figure out where everybody lives and kind of find some place in the middle and stuff, and everybody just brings their own art supplies, and we just have a big old art festival. That would be cool. I don't know how that would work, so just put that under like wishful thinking, but it would be kind of cool. So this neck area here, this is kind of catching the backlit lit bit. So it's just like really kind of light through here. There's like other fur, but you can see that like, a lot of this fur is like drawn super light because it's kind of in the shadow down through here. How are we doing on time? No, we're doing great on time. I get a little nervous about time when I'm dealing with like a full body dog because like there's a lot to draw. And then, we're talking about burgers and stuff. I kind of lost track. Rallies and Checkers have the big Buford. Yes. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like they're the same place. Like they're not just basically the same place. They are the same place. Like why the difference in names? Um, I love that place. So actually, I love them and I hate them. So I love the food there. I love rallies. We have rallies around here, but I've been to Checkers as well. I love the food there, but I kind of hate them too because, and I guess this isn't indicative of the entire. Like, if somebody from rallies is watching this, I don't want to pick on you by saying that like this is like the experience you're going to get at all rallies, but this is true for me. Every time I go to rallies, every time they forget something from my order. And it doesn't matter like which rallies I go to. I can go to a couple different rallies, like there's a couple around town, and every single time I go to one, they're gonna leave something out. So if I order a burger and fries and a drink, they're gonna like leave the fries out. Or if I order two burgers because I'm hungry or something, they're gonna leave like one of the burgers out. Or they're gonna forget an entire drink, which I don't know how that works, but they will. That's like been my experience every single time. I don't mean to rip on the company. Like, I don't want to give you guys the impression that they all suck because, like, I don't know, maybe your experience would be different. I'm just saying that my experience is they always leave something out. So, rallies, if you are watching, up that quality assurance, guys. You can do better. Make sure that Jeremy gets his food. I don't want to influence you out of business with my I don't know, like a couple of hundred subscribers. And you guys are awesome though. Like I I'd rather have you guys as subscribers than some people. This little puppy's starting to look cute now. All right. Anyway, see what are some of the other places? Kroger, Publix Smiths, King Super City Market, Fred Meyer's, and Jug all at once. So like the other thing about Kroger is like when I went out to California, it's Ralph's out there. It's the same place. Like your Kroger card actually works with them and stuff, but it's called Ralph's. I always thought that was weird. Tyler asks, did SK ever expound on his plan if he finds one of the keys for the secret? I don't think so. He might have. I don't know. Um, the secret treasure hunt is a little bit difficult because, like, that was hidden back in the 80s, and there's a big question of whether or not any of those are still around. Like, Josh Gates is in love with that treasure hunt, and he's done a couple of episodes on it. Um, it's super fascinating, but the reason why it's so fascinating is because like literally that stuff was hidden back in the 80s, and there's a huge question about whether or not any of those casts still exist. But once you rule one out, then one gets found. Like they've found several in the last couple of years, so it's hard to say one way or the other. They could still be out there to find. They could be lost to time. Who knows? I think it's kind of fascinating. No. Tom worked at a Carl Jr. in 1973. I didn't. So that's basically Hardee's. Yeah. Huh. I didn't realize that was around during the 70s. Um, I always thought Hardee's had like these really solid burgers. Like you eat a burger, you eat a bird, you eat a burger from Hardee's, and you get filled up. Like you're not going to be hungry later, which probably would if you ate, I don't know, McDonald's or something like that. McDonald's used to be the spot though for like if you just wanted a cheap meal, like that dollar menu they had back in the day. I think it's like buy one get one for $1 now, but back in the day, um, you walk into a McDonald's with like $5, you're getting filled up. Same thing with Taco Bell. So like Taco Bell, I'm at the age where I remember bean burrito at Taco Bell being 59 cents. That's how old Jeremy is. He remembers 59 cent burritos from Taco Bell. Now, the reason I remember they were 59 cents is because I would always go and I ordered three of them. And it was like, I don't know, like $2 or something worth of food. And I would get so filled up. And that was like, as a teenager, like a broke teenager. I mean, I still don't have a ton of money, but as a broke teenager, I lived off of that stuff. Like 59 cent burrito. Now you could get the like regular tacos, like soft tacos or crunchy tacos, whatever your preference is, for 59 cents as well. They had basically a 59 cent menu, and there was a lot on it. I think they had like the little cinnamon twists and things like that. But basically you could get three of them for like $2, whatever your preference is. I like the burritos though because like they actually filled you up, and I like the taste of them. Uh, my my snobby friends, my rich friends, would get the Cholitos. It's like, all right, fine, that's what you want, but I was happy with my bean burritos. They were so good. I think I basically survived my entire teen years on them. 29 cent hamburgers. Geez, when was that? 29 cents hamburger at McDonald's. I feel like that was a while back. I do remember as a kid, they used to have, I don't know if they had this on every McDonald's, but they had a sign up that said like over a million served or like over a billion served. I forget what the number was and stuff, but they kept having to change that. That's how far back it was when I was a kid. Is the McDonald's sign actually had to update that because like now it's like over gazillion people served at McDonald's. It's like it's basically flipped whatever counter they ever had. But they used to actually have a counter. Um, I think this was in South Carolina where I saw that sign. I don't remember, but it was way back in the day. So now that I'm kind of further away from the face, this could be a baby wolf for all we know. Like it's super cute. I feel like I can get a little bit looser, longer with my lines and stuff. And even though this is still kind of a medium-haired dog, through here, I feel like I can kind of like sketch this in a little bit quicker. Steak and shake. Oh, steak and snake. Yeah, they have a steak and shake around here. Um, Man, I kind of want to like. I don't know what the takeaway is from this conversation. I don't know where I want to go tonight. I kind of feel like I want to go to Waffle House though, because like it really doesn't matter when I go to Waffle House. I can just basically go at any time. That's what's great about Waffle House. It's always available. Like the old trusted Waffle House. Like, I, dogs are America's like best companions. Like, well, not just America, like really anywhere. But dogs are people's best companions. But when it comes to like reliability, you don't get more reliable than Waffle House. I feel like this this episode brought to you by Waffle House, by the way. That's funny. Oh, BK. So this is kind of funny. So like I wasn't living in Kentucky at the time, but I was born in Kentucky, and I've lived in Kentucky for like most of my life. So like I consider myself a Kentuckian. But my first job was I think it was my first job. It's the first job I recall. I might have had like some little smaller job somewhere else, but the first job that I recall was working at Kentucky Fried Chicken. Uh, but it wasn't in Kentucky. It was in Ohio. It's funny, but yeah, it was at the time that they were flipping to saying KFC, Like they literally wanted you as a Kentucky Fried Chicken employee to not say Kentucky Fried Chicken. Like they didn't want you to say fried because they realized, oh, fried is bad. So like their solution to that was, well, we're just going to rebrand ourselves as KFC and ixnay on the Friday thing. And they actually wanted their employees not to mention that it was fried. So like if somebody come up and they ask you for like free calendars, like the food that they sell at the store, like was that like a restaurant or something, or did you work at like a factory? Domino's. Anyway, yeah, like at KFC, you couldn't say fried. Like if somebody said they wanted fried chicken, you had to repeat back to them. So you want 10 pieces of chicken? You couldn't say 10 pieces of fried chicken. And they didn't have grilled back then. They only had the original and extra crispy. Oh, there's a question for you guys. Um, what do you guys prefer, grilled or extra crispy or the original uh, KFC? Depend, assuming that you go to KFC. Not everybody does. It's probably not something you should eat on a regular basis. MJ says, "Nice puppy. Thank you. I appreciate that." Rumdog says, "I grew up in my parents' bakery. Started inventory at 8. At 12, I was doing payroll for 8 employees." Nice. That's awesome. Tom likes the original KFC. That's a solid choice. I'm a pretty classic guy, so like even though I don't know, I can see the benefit of extra crispy, and sometimes I'll probably eat that. My go-to would probably be original. Kid says not grilled. Anything not grilled, I like it. The grilled isn't that bad though, kid. If you try it, like I get it. Like some people like the I mean, if you go to get like fried chicken, you want fried chicken. I mean, it doesn't matter like how they try to like change it up and offer different things. But anyway, the grilled is not bad. There was I mean, if I went to KFC now, I would go to get the fried chicken just because I don't go there all that often. I feel like it's if I want fried chicken, I want fried chicken. Um, but there were times in the past where I was on such and such diet or something like that, and I couldn't have fried chicken, but I could have the grilled chicken. The grilled chicken at KFC is actually really good. It's got all those herbs and spices that you would expect. The only difference is it's not fried. Like you don't get the breading, which the breading falls off anyway when you eat the chicken. So what's the difference? But anyway, the grilled chicken's pretty good. Okay, Larry is down for original recipe all the way. So we got a lot of originals in here. Oh, sorry. Trusted Living says extra crispy. Nice. One for extra crispy. Um, I don't think they have them anymore, but when I worked at KFC back in the day, like I don't know, I was 16 years old. This was a while back. Uh, they had things called chicken littles, I think they were called. So like we're talking about White Castles and Crystals. So imagine like a little chicken slider. So like they had there's a little square piece of chicken, tasted basically like the regular fried chicken. And it was on like one of those really soft slider buns. Basically like a Hawaiian sweet roll, but maybe not Hawaiian. Maybe just a sweet roll. Anyway, a little slider bun, and they kept it steamed. It was so good. Oh yeah, Kevin. Okay, you remember? Yeah. Oh man, the chicken littles. And the cool thing about working at KFC, and I don't know if it was like everybody's policy, but certainly the one I worked at, they basically said, hey, if you're on the clock, you can eat whatever you want. Just like go in the back, whatever. So I would go and I would eat the crap out of those chicken littles. They were so good. It was like, and I'm not like a big mayonnaise person, but like that little dollop of mayonnaise, like right there in the center, oh, it's so good. That stuff, they need to bring that back. I maybe they have brought it back and I just don't know, but like those were so good. And I think other places, like maybe even White Castles, have like a little chicken mini or something like that. But I can't imagine it being the same thing. Those chicken littles, man. That was just the best food. But like the other thing about working at KFC, I don't know if I told this story before, but the the other thing cool about it is they they basically let you like take home the chicken at the end of the night. Like some companies, they're like jerks about this kind of stuff, and like they don't want people abusing the system like we did. But so they'll throw away the chicken or they'll donate it to like a I don't know, like a shelter or something like that. But the one I worked at, they let you take the chicken home, and of course we abused that because like the idea was like you could take home the chicken if it wasn't actually served, but we closed at 9 and we would intentionally throw on more chicken at like 8:30, right? So like we knew there was going to be like chicken left over, and I feel like that's cheating, but that's the way it was. And I would go home with like boxes and like bags of boxes of chicken, and I must have told this story because it's kind of funny. The funny thing about it is like I would bring home so much chicken, and I smelled like chicken so much from working at KFC that the neighbor's dog jumped the fence and came at me because I smelled like chicken, and I had to like run and jump up on a car to keep away from the dog eating me because I smelled like fried chicken so much. Oh, but yeah, I would have like my apologies for calling you a goober. Um, yeah, we had freezers full of chicken, and like you couldn't really freeze those chicken littles. Those are because of the bread and stuff. You don't want those soggy. But we had they were trying to like they were trying out this new barbecue chicken, so they had like the little tiny. I was in the fried chicken mafia. Yeah, thanks, trusted. Yeah, basically, if you wanted chicken, I was your guy. I was your hookup for chicken. Actually, that's true. So the funny thing about that is, I worked the cashier at the drive-through. That was like my main job. I also worked like cashier in the front of the house, but mainly it was for the drive-through. So if you came up to my window and you ordered like 10-piece chicken or something like that, um, and I liked you, I thought you were cool or whatever, I would probably throw 12 pieces in there, or probably like, I don't know, up to 15 or something. And it was completely arbitrary. If like you were a nice guy, like if you were a decent person, and especially if it was like late at night and we were closing anyway, I would throw a couple of extra pieces of chicken in there. So I was your hookup for the chicken. I was a member of the chicken mafia. But yeah, like I and I'm trying to remember. So they had like these special kind of chickens. They were like the little chicken wings. They were really pushing those back then, and they had a barbecue sauce. They had some sort of like teriyaki sauce they were trying. They were basically the front runners for like Buffalo Wild Wings back in the day. I mean, they didn't have like all the different flavors, but it was a good source for like chicken wings back in the day. And yeah, I would like load up on those. I still remember like the little fold out boxes, how many you could cram in there. It would be like overflowing and stuff. I'd be like walking home with like 3 bags of like boxes of chicken wings just flowing over, like dogs all salivating at me. But yeah, that one day that dog jumped that fence, came at me. They wanted the chicken, and I started taking a different route home. Like because I would come in through like my backyard and up to my house and stuff, and the neighbor's dog would like I started walking all the way around the house at that point. I'm a dog lover, so like I don't blame that dog, but that dog really wanted my chicken. that, that I remember I had like these old black shoes, like the cheap Payless shoes or something like that. I bought them specifically for the job because like it was required that you had like these rubber soled like black shoes or whatever, and I there was dog marks in those because like I was up on the car and the dog was like gnawing on my foot. It's like, what did I ever do to you? I always liked that dog too, and like, man, thought we were friends. This dog wouldn't do that. This dog is adorable. This dog would never chew up my foot trying to get at my chicken. But yeah, They had they had kind of like a not just barbecue, but like a flaming barbecue. So like it was kind of like a hot barbecue sauce. That was oh, it's so amazing. You know, a lot of people like they want to go back to their early days. You know, their glory days. Like maybe they were like a football star or something in high school, or you know, like they had some girlfriend or something they want to go back to in high school. And for me, it was the chicken. I want to go back. I want my job back at KFC. I want to come home with buckets of chicken. Those were the glory days. What are you talking? Larry says, but I'm pretty sure her fat buttocks has never tasted a yoga mat. Not talking about you, kid. What are you talking about? I'm over here talking about a dog trying to eat me while I'm coming home with chicken. Larry's over here talking about like, uh, man, it's a wild night tonight. Trusted Living says, Jeremy, you should have brought fried chicken to the Dog Walker Mafia. I feel like I should have brought. So like, if I was strategizing it, so I'm an adult now, right? So I'm smarter and everything than I was when I was 16. Um, if I was strategizing it, I should have kept some of those chicken littles because those are perfect to throw at a dog when it's trying to get to you. So you don't want to give the dog like the regular chicken because it's got bones in it, but those chicken littles, that's just pure chicken nuggets essentially. You can toss that at the dog to distract it while you make your getaway. That would have been smarter. But you don't think about that stuff as a kid. You know, that's like, you know, when you're drawing a picture and your mind wanders, you start thinking about how you could have got away with that dog, get away from that dog that wanted to eat you when you were working at KFC. Could have figured that out, Jeremy. If only you were smarter. And Jay says, kid, that's so sweet. Oh, calling your grandkids goober. Oh, that is cute. Um, so some of you guys live like in Georgia. They called peanuts goober peas back in the day. Do you guys remember that? Do you guys know what I'm talking about? They used to call peanuts goober peas. Maybe that's just my memory. I don't know. I used to know a lot about Georgia. When I was there. I want to say fourth grade. That's what how old I was when I was living in Georgia. And Jay says that puppy is adorable. Thank you. I appreciate it. Um, I think it was in fourth grade when I was living in Georgia, and they made us. They didn't make us. It was just part of the curriculum. Well, I guess they did make us. So at that age, I think it was part of the curriculum to take Georgia state history. So I remember a lot of stuff about Georgia just from that. I don't remember everything, but just like little things. Um, Larry says, "Oops, that was my outside voice." That's okay. You're good, Larry. I think it's funny. Um, and I remember some of the stuff about Georgia history. It's kind of funny because like I know probably more about Georgia history than some of the places that I live longer. Like I think we only lived like 4 years in Georgia. Um, but it was a debtor colony back in the day. It was actually where they would send people who couldn't afford to pay their bills. Um, and there was a guy who was I forget his name. It's on the tip of my tongue. But there was a guy who kind of like challenged all that and turned it into like a real community. So like it was basically like Australia. So like a lot of people don't know this. Australia was where they sent all the debtors back in the day. It was like basically a gigantic debtors prison. So that's something that's changed over time. Like if you can't pay your debt, basically you just file bankruptcy or like I don't know whatever millennials do with their student loan payments or whatever the thing is. Um, but back in the day, you went to prison if you didn't pay your debts, and and because there were so many people, like you know, they didn't just lock you up. They sent you off to a totally different country, and that was Georgia back in the day, and that was Australia, and so Georgia basically started off as that, and then Um, I remember probably because I was in Boy Scouts, we went to a lot of the Indian mounds down there. So I there was like the Etowah Indian Mound and something that began with a K. But I always thought those were cool when I was a kid. Like you could go, like some of them were open where you could go into them like a cave or something. You know, being an Indiana Jones fan, like all that kind of archaeology stuff and stuff was like really cool for me. So as a kid, I like really thought that stuff was neat. Even though like it would probably bore most kids, like history and whatever. For me, I thought it was really neat. Like I like the idea of like seeing like bones and Indian artifacts and things like that. I thought it was cool. How are we doing on time? No, still doing all right. They sell goobers at the theater. Yeah, so goobers. Yeah, so yeah. Oh, okay. MJ says yes, peanuts. My dad called us goobers. Yeah. I remember peanuts being called goobers in Georgia, but yeah, they also had the goobers candy. Crystals has chicks and spicy chicks. Is that like so? So those are probably like the Chicken Littles, but I don't think that they had the flavor. The Chicken Littles I remember were just like I don't know, they were just amazing. Like it's probably one of those things that you're remembering wrong. So like I'm probably remembering them as it's like glorious kind of food that was like the best thing ever invented, and they were probably crap. But no, I definitely remember them being really, really good. Where's Mama Q at? Mama Q's mentioned those Chicken Littles in the past. She knows what I'm talking about. Of course, Kevin knows what I'm talking about as well. So that's three people. So like I don't feel like I'm making up this memory. It's definitely a thing. Chicken Littles, they were just the best. Okay, Larry says, "Dang, I found myself 8 minutes behind. That's okay. As long as I'm not 8 minutes behind, you guys are fine." So I do like doing a full figure dog like this. This is cute, right? Um, it's kind of weird though. He only has like three paws. Like this fourth paw, you don't see it because it's like back here. Maybe I'll draw like a little impression of it. Dog says, "I think I'm gonna order you some DoorDash, Jeremy. you're gonna you're gonna have them send me some Chicken Littles from back in the day." I don't know when they got rid of the Chicken Littles. You need a time machine to get me the Chicken Littles I want, Rome Dog, but I appreciate it. That'd be kind of fun. We should do like something where we actually send people like Door Dashes and stuff like that. Like we should do more contests. I don't know. Like I don't mind doing contests where like I give you guys art and stuff. Like I feel like you guys are so awesome watching this show and stuff. I feel like I just like I need to just send you guys art. Um, actually, here's the thing. So like I got all these pictures back here. I've got pictures out the wazoo. Like you guys see me draw pictures all the time. Well, they don't find homes. So like some of the stuff is orphaned. Um, like I would love to give away some of these pictures. Like not charge for them, not anything. Like I don't know. Just give them away. But I don't know like what like I don't have a lot of value in some of these pictures. Like I don't like some of them. So I don't really know what other people would like. Um, Richard, who is not in here tonight, but he pops in sometimes. He wanted some of my stuff back in the day just because I had drawn it and he thought I was going to blow up big or whatever. So some of it, I don't know what you guys would want, but I'm thinking about maybe getting some of the pictures together and taking pictures of them and like putting them up somewhere where you guys can like choose which ones you want. And I think it'd be kind of fun. Um, I would put like some stipulations on it. So like I can imagine you guys because you're so nice. I can imagine you guys want all of them, right? Just because you guys are nice people. You guys definitely value my art more than I do myself because I I just don't see what you guys see. But anyway, I think it would be kind of fun to like put a rule on it. So like for every picture, and I've got a bunch. So they're up on the wall. They're coming out like all over the place. Like I have a whole drawer of them over here. Some of them are really really bad. Some of them are okay. Some of them, like I like this one, but then some of them are not like this. Some of them are really bad. So I think what I would like to do is just to make it fun is I'm gonna make it where what uh, I might be remembering Sophie's Choice wrong, but I'm gonna call it Sophie's Choice. So like you have the decision to make where you can save one of them, right? So you get that one. Somebody gets it. We'll figure that out. But one of them is saved, and then one of them dies, right? So like I'll have two pictures. Here we go. We can do this. Hold on, real quick. So like, here you go. Here's two pastel pictures I did, right? So like, this is whoops, that's upside down. So this is one I did Saturday, right? And then this is one I did the previous Saturday. So you get to pick one of these two. One of them survives, and one of them burns. Like I'll literally throw it into a fire. Is that fun? Yeah. So like one of them you guys get to keep, and one like I'll actually send it to you guys. Like you get to keep the picture that you guys save. I don't know how this is going to work. Like obviously there's a couple of people. Um, yeah. Okay. Larry says Jeremy, olive art is good. So I appreciate that. I really love that you guys think that way. I disagree. Some of my art is bad. Some of my art is terrible, and I think it'd be fun to actually choose to sacrifice sacrifice some pieces in favor of others. So like I think that would be fun. So I don't know how that's going to work. It's something I'm just toying with. We'll do it in the future. But yeah, I think it would be kind of like a cool trial by fire. So you guys have to choose one to go into the fire and one to save. And then I'll end up sending out some of these pictures to you guys because, like, you guys are awesome. You guys watch this show. You guys deserve to have some of my artwork. Just, I don't know, as souvenirs or whatever. But I want you guys to choose which ones you guys want and then just burn the rest of it. Rome Doc says, Jeremy, off the chain. No, wait until we start the fire. Like, I'm literally going to start a fire. Oh, there you go. Can you pardon both? Like the White House turkeys. There you go. That's a great way to look at it. One gets pardoned, the other one hits the flames. I don't know. I just really want to throw some of this art into the fire. I don't know what to do with it. It's like all over the walls. It's in the drawers. It's everywhere. I mean, I don't hate my art. Don't get me wrong. It's just, it's just like practically it's got to go. Like I need to send some of it out just because like you guys probably would want it, and then some of it is like I think it'd be kind of fun to like set it on fire. Not this guy. This guy's an adorable puppy. I don't want to burn this guy, but um yeah, some of this stuff is like really bad. I can't think of any examples. In fact, you guys get to choose. I'll put this up somewhere. You guys choose. But I think it would be kind of funny actually to see what yeah, Rome Dog's down. Okay, cool. Like, yeah, Rome Dog's like, yeah, it sounds like a hell of a lot of fun. I think it would be fun. All joking aside, I do think it would be actually kind of fun. And it is like kind of practical, it's like, yeah, well, if you guys want to pardon all of it, MJ, like if you say no, like if you want to pardon all of it, that's on you guys too. But I feel like you guys should at least sentence some of it to death. Like some of it should be sentenced to the fire. It's not all of it's good. Like there's some pretty bad art in here somewhere. You know, like I can't think of it. Art's in the eye of the beholder, so you guys have to choose. Like I don't feel like I'm the right person to choose what art to burn, but auction what doesn't sell burn. Well, it's kind of like an auction what doesn't sell burn, but it's more like a giveaway. So like you guys get it. Maybe we'll work out something, pay for postage or something like that. But I basically I want the stuff that you guys like to find a home, and then the stuff that you guys don't like, we'll burn it. It'll be fun. Not this puppy though. This is we're not burning any puppies. I hope. That would be bad. But like, I don't know. Some of the portraits I've done, they're just terrible. Some of it's pretty bad. Um, there's like one or two pictures. Like some of it you guys haven't even seen. Like I have some sketchbooks and stuff like that. But burning art is like burning books, chapters in our lives. Yeah. All right. I kind of see that one. that's kind of a all right, maybe I'll have to rethink of it because like yeah, I can kind of see your point, Larry. But anyway, we'll figure out something. Not all of it has value though. Like I do feel that's true. Like not all of it's worth saving. Maybe not burn, but like toss or something. It's like I mean, I don't know what to do with it. It's like coming out the wazoo around here. Like every time I do one of these live streams, I end up with a picture resulting from it, and I don't need all of this stuff around. My dad said burn the Easter eggs. My dad was not a fan of those Easter eggs I did. You can make me spit on my paper. What was wrong with the Easter eggs? The Easter eggs were great. Man, this guy, what a comedian. My dad said burn the Easter eggs. All right, so the Easter eggs weren't that great. I think we can agree on that. Like those kind of looked weird. In hindsight, I do think I could do the maybe we should do like a redemption round for those Easter eggs because I like next Easter. Um, Road Dog says make a copy and then burn the copy. There you go, symbolic. Um, so the Easter eggs, I feel like I could have done that differently by applying gesso. So like, there's a couple problems I had there. One is trying to use watercolor on it without some sort of like way to fix it to the thing. But then that was before I talked to some of the other artists who did the whiskey bottles. And one of the artists who did the whiskey bottles asked me for my picture, like what kind of ground I used, right? And I didn't know what she was talking about, but apparently there is a watercolor ground that you can apply to almost any surface and then use watercolor on it. That's what I should have done with those eggs. So like I'm a little bit smarter now. Maybe next Easter I'll do better. But yeah, my dad's not a fan of those. What a jerk. That's funny. My dad's always my biggest critic. Sometimes he comes in and looks at my pictures and he's like what went wrong there? It's like I don't know. That's funny. This guy's looking super cute now. Yeah, so the Easter eggs need to go in a frying pan. All right, so this guy's looking super cute. I feel like I've got a lot of the detail in this guy. There's probably some touch-ups and stuff, but I think I want to work on, I don't know, maybe some stuff down here in the ground so that he's not like, because I'm not just doing the face like I usually do with these pictures. Um, Let me put in some grass down here, just some like little speckles and stuff to kind of demonstrate some ground cover. I don't know. Like you guys would have an option. I'm not gonna burn anything without you guys checking it out first. Even though I can, you guys don't control me. I can throw some of this stuff away. But no, I think it'd be fun to to at least give some options, right? So like, you know, take two pictures that I think what I all right. So here's the thing. I think that it would be fun to have fair judgment of these things. So like, I'll take two pictures that I think, yeah, who knows? Like one of them is worth saving, and one of them is worth dumping, and then I'll leave it up to you. Let you guys decide. I don't like making decisions anyway. Like I think I've expressed that before. Like I have trouble choosing condiment brands. Like, I don't know if I want Heinz or, you know, I don't even know what some of the other brands of ketchup are, but I'll always end up getting great value just because I don't know what what brand to get. So like, I leave all the decision making up to you guys. That's the whole reason I started this channel. Like, you guys copy. This is the truth. I started this channel so that you guys could tell me what to do because I don't know. Let you guys like you've already decided where I'm gonna go and eat my burger. I'm gonna go to Waffle House because like that's what you guys picked. Could have been White Castles, but no, you guys picked Waffle House, so that's what it's gonna be. Just a little bit of grass down here, like not really. grass, but like just dirt, foliage, vegetation. I gotta stop trying to say foliage. I can't pronounce it. I'm just gonna say vegetation. I can't pronounce it after I've been drinking Lazy Tongue. There you go, Hunts. Yeah, okay. Your cousin John Kerry. Whatever happened to him? Is he still around? John Kerry? Um, I don't like he was Obama put him to use. I don't know if he's still around though. Like is he still like a senator or whatever? I don't know. But yeah, so like I would go to the condiment aisle and I'd be trying to like buy ketchup, and if it wasn't for great value, I would be stuck on stupid. I'd be like staring at him like I don't know which I prefer. Bill Gorman says John is still embezzling foreign aid money. I don't. Okay, I don't know. Trusted Living says start with the store brand condiments. That's what I'm saying. So like yeah, um, I always get the store brand stuff just because I don't want to have to choose between Hunt's and Heinz. It just I don't know. Like how do you even make that decision? It's like do you do a taste test? Do you like buy both and like or do you just go with like what you were raised on? Like I don't remember in my house. I think we had Heinz a lot. I just remember Heinz a lot more than Hunt's. So, what? Just because I grew up with Heinz, that's what I'm supposed to use. I mean, am I supposed to try all the different brands and see what like I have a personal preference? It just seems like so much work when you can just go grab the great value and be done with it. I am a huge proponent of the store brand. Every store has them. Kroger, store brand. They have that. It's generic, whatever. Go with it. Like there's actually a term for this. There's a I forget what the term the name is, but there is it's like a real thing. Like I don't I'm not the only one who suffers from this. It's like when you have too many options, you just like give up, you know. It's like it's like you walk into Baskin Robbins and you're like, I can't deal with this. I'm just getting vanilla and I'm leaving. I can't do the peanut butter. I can't do the banana. I can't do the there's just too many options. I don't know what to do. I'm joking, but I'm not really joking. Like it is a serious thing. Decision dilemma. I think that might be the term. I don't remember. Oh, Del Monte. I do remember that. Yeah, that's the thing. Yeah. Okay, Larry says, so this guy painted a portrait. He forgot the eyebrows. Do you think he realized how much that painting was worth before he passed away? Hmm. This sounds familiar. I should know this one. Portrait without eyebrows. Yeah, so like I mean the truth of it is art it is something that increases in value. Nobody really knows what causes it to increase in value. Like, you know, it is hard to judge art. Like you know, something like Picasso's art, that was very like that was a big deal, right? So Picasso took something and reduced it to like its basic elements and stuff that hadn't been done before. He created a movement, and that's why his art is so popular. But if you look at it, you might not be into Picasso's art. It's hard to judge what the actual value of art is. That's why I'm going to turn it over to you guys. I'm going to take a bunch of pictures. I'm going to put them up, and I'm going to be like, all right, does this one die? Does this one go in the flames, or do you guys want to pardon it and save it from the flames? Then it's your responsibility, not mine. Tyler says Ben is going to have to eat a pickle. Hmm. Okay. I don't think Ben likes pickles, but Ben has to eat a pickle. I mean, Ben has to eat a pickle. Brightening up this guy's cheek. So I think at this point, let's see, we're an hour and a half into it. I'm in like touch up mode. There are some areas throughout this that can kind of be strengthened and reinforced. Like I think all the basic features are in there. My dog's drinking. That's not me. It gets kind of hot in this room, like during the summer. Even though I got like a fan going and air conditioning and things like that. The dogs kind of get a little bored and want to drink some water now and then. Justin Living says, I can't decide what kind of ice cream for a small cone, so I stick with double bananas. But yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. So, like, you go in to, I don't know, Baskin Robbins, wherever, Haagen-Dazs, doesn't matter. It's all the same. Too many options. Mexican restaurants. Like, I don't know, like, what the Mexican restaurants are where you guys are at, but you go to a Mexican restaurant and you open the menu and there's like 500 things on that menu. 500 things on that menu. Well, how do you decide? Too many options. They need to reduce it. If you ever watch the Gordon Ramsay's Kitchen Nightmares, where he goes into a place and he makes recommendations, he says, take your menu, cut half the things off of it. Only have like 10 special things that you specialize in it. And I think that's a great idea. Because like when you have 500 different things on the menu, it's like, how do you even know? How do you know? I was joking with my dad. Somebody, my dad, uh, he likes liver. Like he likes liver and onions. It's a thing of his, right? And he was like, I'm gonna go around and I'm gonna go to all these different restaurants and I'm just gonna have their liver and onions. And I'm like, dude, that sounds like a great plan, but you really need to make sure that the place specializes in liver and onions, because if they don't specialize in liver and onions, you're gonna basically get 3-month-old liver because it's on their menu, but they don't serve a lot of it, right? So like basically they have to keep it in the freezer on hand in case somebody orders that one item, but because they don't specialize in it, they're not really like flipping it over all that often. So if you go and get their liver and onions, if they're not known for that, that's gonna be expired liver, basically. That's why the menu needs to be less. So, like, if you go to a Mexican restaurant, they have 500 items on their menu. Like, obviously, they're going to be flipping the fajitas, they're going to be flipping the enchiladas and the burritos and, the popular items that people can recognize. But the things that are on the menu that, like, most people can't pronounce or they don't understand what it is or something like that, that's not getting ordered all that often. So, if you're the one guy in the last 6 months to have ordered that item, it is not going to be fresh. It is not going to be fresh. I watched too many Kitchen Nightmares with Gordon Ramsay's. There's basically a science to this. If it's not in demand, it's not going to be fresh. So find that restaurant that really specializes in liver and onions. Like that's the one thing they're known for. Like people go there all the time for that. Then you're going to get fresh liver and onions. Kid says never settle for vanilla. That's ridiculous. I don't know. It's the finest of the flavors. Oh, MJ says, Rum Dog, I'm getting over a bad virus. I'm sorry to hear that. Hope you feel better. Hope you feel better soon. It does seem like summertime. So wintertime is definitely the dogs. Wintertime is definitely the flu season, but I feel like summertime there's like, hold on a sec. Hey, what's the matter? Stop it. These dogs freaking out. Never settle for vanilla. Man, I feel like that's some good life advice, but I love vanilla. Vanilla's great. I love vanilla. It's not settling for vanilla, it's choosing vanilla. It's embracing the vanilla. I think it's a brave choice. All right, now I'm really thinking about this. I think it's a brave choice to embrace vanilla. Like that, this should be on a bumper sticker. Be bold, choose vanilla. You guys ever watch Mad Men? I love that show. Don Draper. Just for fun, I like to. Well, you know, sometimes I actually do have to create like little taglines and stuff. It's you know, when I build a website or something, and the customer doesn't really know, you know, what the tagline's going to be on their homepage, like the little hero image at the top. It's got like a little tagline. They have no idea, so I need to suggest something. So I feel like I'm Don Draper when I suggest something like that. But yeah, I do like sometimes like to think up, you know, little marketing messages just for fun. So for tonight, I will say, be bold, choose vanilla, vanilla with caramel. There you go. That's what I'm saying. So like, you know, vanilla is the finest of the flavors. It mixes well with like if you put a scoop of vanilla in this bourbon, oh my god, it's so fantastic. Kid says, "Oh, okay, I don't embrace the vanilla. Too many great flavors to ignore." So I get a double scoop and put the vanilla on bottom if you must. There we go. That's what I'm talking. That's all I'm asking. It's like, um, don't discount vanilla because it mixes so well with other things. You know, um, vanilla and bourbon, so good. Vanilla and cherry pie, so good. Vanilla and apple pie. Vanilla in any pie. Don't give up on vanilla. But you can mix vanilla. Yeah, I totally agree. You know, like if you only do vanilla, that would be kind of a boring life. You need to spice it up a little bit. Try some other stuff. Try everything else and then come back to vanilla. There you go. That's the tagline. If I'm doing a campaign to get people to embrace vanilla, the tagline would be try everything else and then come back to us. So like, you know, like got milk was a famous tagline. This one would be like you've tried like hold on, let me try to see if I can simplify it. It's like, yeah, try everything else, then nah, I don't know. I'm gonna have to workshop that. Try everything else and come back to us is basically the pitch. This little puppy is adorable, right, guys? What do you think? Bill Gorman says, I went to a Mexican restaurant in Alaska. The middle of the burrito was still frozen. Well, I mean, it's Alaska. What do you expect? Everything's frozen up there. I don't feel like that was the restaurant's fault. You should manage your expectations better, Bill. Been better, embrace Cody. Don't give up hope there, Tyler. You never know. You never know. All right, usually we come up with names for these dogs. What's this guy's name? I think Cody would actually be a good name for this puppy. All right, so usually whenever I get close to the end, I like to take this gel pen. I like to come in and add some like really really bright highlights. Like I said, there's only so far you can go with the colored pencils. Bourbon sauce could help the vanilla. Bourbon sauce. So literally, so like I don't know what they call them these days. But you know how like you put ice cream inside of soda or pop or whatever you want to call it, and it's called a float. I don't know what people call them. Like I always call them floats, but a bourbon float is really good. So like you have 2 scoops of vanilla with bourbon in it. It's amazing. It's the best thing ever. So like I know that not everybody drinks, but if you do drink, try that. It's really good. Yes, adorable. What's his name? You know, unless you guys come up with a better name, I'm gonna go with kid says he's scoopable, so I don't know. I'm gonna go with Cody. I think Cody's a good name for this puppy. There you go, Tyler. Don't say I never did anything for you. We're gonna call this dog Cody unless somebody comes up with a better name. So anyway, yeah. So like I come back with this gel pen. I just kind of reinforce some of the areas that are like super bright, like right here on this nose. just, even if it's not in the reference picture, I'll add like some areas that should be super highlighted. Now, this particular pen, it's tough to get the ink out because like I've been messing with it for a while. But like even like right here, it's tough to kind of go over the colored pencil because it is wax based. But I get it in there. And then the other thing is like, it is ink, and I kind of want it to have this like blended look. If you just lay it down and you don't actually like blend it, it kind of like looks like it's just stuck on there. So I like to come in and I just kind of smudge it with my finger. So just this little bit here just makes it like really nice. And I'll probably extend that white area across his forehead. So like look at how it is now, and then I'll come in and kind of like just kind of across his forehead because it's catching the light, almost like the little puppy's an angel is catching like celestial light or something like that. Just increase that across his forehead and then just kind of blend it down. And automatically it makes that pop out of the background. So like the background's all white, or sorry, all black. This white makes them pop out. Bill Cody, that is nice. Larry said to name him Scoop. I feel like Scoop is good. But like I don't know, like a lot of things are scoopable. Tyler says, "You know what you should make once Cody is confirmed, Jeremy? I don't know. Why don't you tell me? Kids always got my back. I feel like kids got everybody's back. Kids just like, I don't know, like kid. You guys are all good people in this community. I feel like you guys are all, I don't know, I feel like everybody's got everybody's back. Almost like a little bit of a family going on here, more than a community. I think it's cool. All right, so like just these like little white areas through here, it just really makes it pop. And then I don't want to do anything through here because this is all mid-range, but down here on his paw, again, I don't know. He's like howling at the moon or something. Up here, like where my head is like the moon or something. So down here on his paw, that would definitely be catching. I come down here and I kind of like scribble or something just to get the ink out, but down here on his paw, you definitely have some white. I named mine after, but the area hints from Black Sec. You should make a dirty girl once Cody is named. What is a dirty? No, Tyler, I'm not making a dirty girl, whatever that is. This is a family-friendly show. I don't even know what a dirty girl is. So whiten up this paw down here because this is catching the light, and then just again, just using my finger, I just kind of smudge it, and I think that like, looks kind of cool. I've done enough of these pictures where I feel like there's definitely a technique involved. It's kind of weird, you kind of stumble into your like technique, but I think that looks kind of cool. And then, probably extend that just a little bit of a subtle backlit. Again, you don't want this stuff to gloop on the page. You want to kind of like smear it out. This is what I like doing. I like doing these white drawings on black paper. It is really nice. How's that for an adjective? It's really nice. I like how it stands out from the page. It's really kind of cool. Um, my dad says, Mom says he's staring at a flashlight. He could be. Yeah, there could be a flashlight up here. Top teeth. Um, so in the reference picture, his top teeth are kind of under his gums. So like I don't see them in the reference picture. Maybe I could put like a little subtle one in here just because that is kind of distracting, but he doesn't really have top teeth in this in the reference picture. I appreciate you reminding me of that. Thanks. Appreciate that, Bill. But no, it doesn't really show up in the There are some whiskers up here. I don't actually see any top teeth in the thing, but I'll throw in like a few marks just to kind of subtly make it seem like he's got teeth up there. Tyler says a dirty girl is a Montana, Montana staple cocktail. I didn't know that. All right, so that's much better than what I had in mind. Appreciate that clarification there, Tyler. So you see how I'm just like throwing in some marks, right? And then I come in and smear it out. It kind of blends in. I think that looks cool. Have I thought about giving Geppetto some eyes? I don't know. Is that what you guys want to see some eyes on Geppetto? I think that'd be kind of cool. I could get those little googly eyes. I think they sell those like little tiny ones. Just kind of glue them on there where he's like always like really bug eyed. That'd be great. If you guys think Geppetto is weird without a face, I can definitely put a face on Geppetto. Like maybe that's the next stage in his evolution, and maybe Geppetto deserves a face. So you guys let me know how you guys feel about that. If you guys think that Geppetto deserves a face, we can put a face on Geppetto. Bill says, my puppy lets me know she has teeth. Yeah, like that neighbor dog when I was working at KFC. That dog, like, hey, I really want your chicken. And by the way, I have teeth. I'm not joking. Like the shoes I was wearing, they had teeth marks in them. That dog really wanted my chicken. And I don't so it's been a long time. I don't remember how that resolved itself, but I do remember the dog came at me. I had to jump up on the car to keep away from it. I don't know if the neighbor called the dog back. I don't know how the dog didn't eat me. Maybe I blocked out. Maybe the dog did tear into me and I just blocked it out or something, like a traumatic thing. I don't know. I just know that that dog really wanted my chicken. Let's see. Now you know, Jeremy, it contains bourbon liquor and root beer. Nice. Kid says, that way we could tell if Geppetto was on his back or belly. Yeah, there's not much of a, so there's not much, so it's kind of androgynous. Um, there is a little bit of like a chest here. Like in my view, like this is pretty flat, right? So like he's got a little bit of chest here. Otherwise, you really can't tell. I mean, I don't know. Can I turn this? Yeah, you can turn his legs all the way around, so you really can't tell. Like, you really can't tell what is forward facing and what's not on him. Um, so as far as its head goes, it's kind of hard to see, but there is like a ridge here. So he does have kind of like a natural face, right? So like this would be the back of his head. There's no ridge. So there is like this slight ridge here. But if you guys think he needs a face, I will work on that. I will figure that out. Different face each show. Yeah, that might be a bit much. That sounds like work. I can't do a live stream today. I haven't come up with a face for Geppetto yet. I do like laying down this um gel pen and then smearing it. Yeah, I think it's a cool effect. I feel like I can do an entire picture in just like smeared gel pen. You end up with like white all over your finger, but that's okay. Comes off from the wash. I do sometimes worry about like I don't know whether I've got gunk all over my hand when I'm doing like a live stream because like I don't I don't want to give like an impression that I'm a dirty person. I do wash my hands, um, but during the live stream and stuff, I don't care if my hands get dirty. I think that art should be messy if done right, or at least you should have fun with it. You shouldn't be you shouldn't be so concerned about whether or not like you keep the environment clean. Like, I mean, you can see like just from like where I peeled up tape and stuff like that, some of the stuff that's embedded. Um, ain't much you can do about it. One day I will replace this board with a different board, and it'll be all fresh. Guess what's for dinner tonight? Surprises. Rum Dog says, and tiny pants. So I do have, I don't remember where I put it, but I was given a little scuba diving gear for this guy. So this guy is actually a proper doll size, right? So theoretically, if I wanted him to like be non-gender specific, probably any kind of Barbie doll kind of stuff would fit on this guy. But certainly, they make these full-size GI Joes, and they have like different I don't know, like I have some scuba diving gear. I'm looking around because I don't know where I put it. I have some scuba diving gear for this guy. Uh, I have some GI Joe stuff like guns and weapons and stuff like that, grenades and stuff. So I could dress him up in camo if you guys want. But basically anything that would fit a Ken doll, he's like the right size for a Ken doll outfit. I don't know. I don't play with Barbies, so I don't know what's available. But he's the right size for any of that stuff. But if you guys want him to have a face, I'll give him a face. Okay, Larry says, good night, everyone. Have to run later, friends. Hey, I appreciate you showing up, Larry. It is like 2 hours in, so I'll probably wrap this up. I always forget and like lose track of time, but um, at this point, I'm just adding highlights anyway, so I think we're about done. So you're not missing anything. I feel like some of these like little highlights have kind of transformed the character, so whereas he looked very friendly before, he kind of looks a little frizzy, and now he looks a little disheveled. So let me kind of smooth some of that out. That's what's cool about the gel pen and the colored pencil. You can kind of go back and forth between the two. So like I can, even though he looked a little bit rough just a moment ago, I can kind of smooth some of this out, and he looks a little less rough. I don't want him to look like he's he's like a mean dog. He's supposed to be cute. Yeah. So I think that looks pretty good. Get some fur in it and some highlights in the back. So basically the light source is up here. It's kind of shining down. It's kind of showing through underneath here. It's catching the fur in the front, mostly through here, but definitely on his back and a little bit on his tail. So I think that makes sense. Larry says, dog looks amazing. Everybody's saying good night, Larry. But I think we're kind of done. Tyler's going to have a eggs in a salsa burrito. That sounds amazing, actually. Like, there's a when I went on my trips out west and stuff, there was an Econo Lodge out there where they served salsa and eggs and like a little breakfast and stuff. It was free with the room and stuff. Oh man, that stuff was so amazing. So basically, when you're out hiking and stuff in the Rocky Mountains and you get a free breakfast, that is the best experience. So most of my time out there was camping, but I got so tired one night that we went and got a hotel just to kind of like relax a little bit and kind of recoup. They had that free breakfast. That's one of the best things I remember about my trips out west. Is like the free breakfast where you got that salsa burrito. Anyway, I think this guy's done. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I think it was a fun conversation tonight. Like I really learned a lot, like about Waffle House and Waffle House and White Castles and Chicken Littles and how KFC should bring those back. Like I don't know, they may be back. It's been a while since I've been to KFC. Here in Kentucky, they have like authentic KFC. So like there's a restaurant out in Frankfort where Colonel Sanders' wife actually cooked and stuff. So that's like a little step up from KFC in my opinion. But anyway, yeah, I think all right. I'm done tinkering with this. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. Hopefully you guys had a great conversation. Puppy dog, I don't remember if we're calling him Cody or if we're calling him Scoop. One or the other, whichever you guys prefer. He looks a little mean. Like I think just the way the marks ended up, he looks like he's like yelling at the moon, but he's really just enjoying the moon. So hopefully you guys still see that he's super cute, because I feel like he's super cute. He was just in the highlights or something like that. But anyway, I feel like he's done. Bear wants to go out, so I'm probably going to wrap this up. But anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Hopefully you guys had a great time. I will be back on Thursday, and we'll do something new. I'm not sure what we're going to do on Thursday. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome, whatever it is. We'll see. But I appreciate you guys hanging out with me on this Tuesday night. But yeah, I've got a lot of artwork back here. I think I am going to do like a save it, not save it kind of thing. But we'll see how that goes. We'll plan that out. But in the meantime, stay awesome. Hope you guys had fun. I'll see you guys on Thursday. So bye. Have a good one.